presentation of the Missouri Sports Network.
Hey. Welcome to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Hey, it's high school game day here on November the 10th. It's week 12 of high school football. It's getting ready for quarterfinals in high school boys soccer. We'll run through some of those events. We'll also visit with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week and our Lyona Laborers Local 663 Team of the Week. Before we get started here, we'll run through some of the schedules. Coming up tomorrow in boys soccer quarterfinals in Class 1 will be Metro at Bishop DeBerg. That game or match set to start at 1 p.m. Maryville will be at College Heights Christian at 2 p.m. Father Tolton will be at Deshane at 12 p.m. and Lakeway will be at Stover. No time set for that on the Mission website at this time. In Class 2, state boys quarterfinal action will be Westminster Christian at Afton at 4 p.m. Excelsior Springs will be at Harrisonville at 6 p.m. tomorrow evening. Fulton will be at Orchard Farm at 1 p.m. and Sacred Heart will travel to Logan Rogersville. Logan Rogersville undefeated on the season. In Class 3 boys soccer quarterfinals, it'll be Rockwood Summit at Farmington at 1 p.m. East Kansas City at Van Horn at 6 p.m. Fort Zumwalt South will be at Ladue at 3:30 p.m. and Springfield Central will be at Springfield Catholic at 12 p.m. tomorrow in Class 3. Now looking at Class 4 boys soccer quarterfinals will be CBC at Lindbergh. Park Hill South will be at Rockbridge. Liberty Wentzville will be at John Burroughs, and Rockhurst will be at Ozark. As I mentioned, it is week 12 of high school football here, and on the 8-man schedule for tonight, it'll be Liberal at Lockwood. Drexel will be at Archie. St. Paul Lutheran at Sweet Springs. Southwest Livingston will be at Bramer. St. Joe Christian will be at Plattsburgh. Tarkio will be at South Holt. Worth County will be at South Nottoway. And North Shelby will be at Schuyler County. In Class 1 district schedule, all the district semifinals will take place tonight. Kabul will be at Marionville. Now note, there are only 4 districts in Class 1. So these are the semifinals tonight for districts in Class 1. So Kabul will be at Marionville. Thayer will be at Portageville, and then the winners of those 2 games will meet next week. Crestridge will be at Van Far will be at St. Vincent. Crestridge will be at North Platte, and those 2 winners will meet next week. And you got Marceline at Milan, and Penny will be at West Strand. In Class 2 district football, district championships tonight in Class 2. And in Class 2, District 1 will be Scott City at Valley Catholic. We have had a chance to catch up with Scott City coach Jim May, head football coach Jim May, and our athlete of the week from week 11 from Scott City High School, Mark Panagas. And we'll play that interview for you now, right here on the Missouri Sports Network.
To the new. When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. And we head down to Scott City High School. We welcome in Scott City head coach Jim May and our Chevrolet Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, Mark Panagas. And Coach May, Hey, thanks for making time today.
Oh, no problem at all. Thank you for having us.
Guys, you guys are you're finish up the regular season. You've had a great season thus far. You're part of that Class 2 District 1, but tell us a little bit about the Rams season thus far.
We started off, we graduated 16 seniors last year, so we had a lot of new faces. Started off a little slow, had some injuries we had to deal with early in the year, but as the year went on, we kind of really started coming together, and then we got healthy at the right time, and we're playing fairly good right now.
Coach, take us back to your Class 2 district tournament, so to speak. You get a big win over East Prairie, and then last week you play a Central New Madrid County who was 8-1 going into that game. Tell us about that game.
Well, our district was really difficult to begin with. 5 of the 7 teams were 6-3 or better when we entered. New Madrid, I think, they were ranked pretty high in the state pretty much the whole year. They got beat actually week 8, I guess it was, or week 9, and they were still ranked about 12th. And I think we were heavy underdogs going in. We felt like we were going to be able to show up and play well because people were kind of underestimating us because of how we've gotten healthy and what we're doing now. And we played really well. I was pretty proud of the kids.
Well, the young man sitting next to you is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Tell us a little bit about Mark and what he was able to accomplish on Friday night, what he's been like all season.
Well, he's always been our Swiss Army knife. He does everything. As a freshman, he played wide receiver and had almost 900 yards receiving and 900 yards rushing. And he's moved from receiver to running back, and then the last couple of years he's had to just be our quarterback because he has to have the ball. And he does everything. He's our kicker, he's our punter, he's our returner. He's a really good defensive back, and he can run, throw, and catch. He's a very talented young man. And Friday night, he had about 13 carries, 150-something yards with 5 rushing touchdowns. We threw a pass to him, and he caught that for about 28 yards and took that for a touchdown. And then he also went 7 for 9 and threw 2 touchdowns. So he accounted for 9 touchdowns and made 8 extra points, and I think had 7 touchbacks kicking off. We didn't have to punt because we scored every time we had it. So he didn't get to display those skills, but he had a phenomenal night.
Yeah. Well, Mark, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being selected an Athlete of the Week on a tremendous evening last Friday night. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go back from your standpoint on Friday night. What was the preparation like going into that game with New Madrid Central or New Madrid Central County? What was the preparation like, and what were your goals maybe going into that game?
Preparation, we just had to have hard practices, make sure everybody was doing their job, make sure everybody was on task, and everybody knew what we were going into. But we kind of used our underdogs thing for us because if we got overlooked, we know we could come out and just hit them in the face.
Did you realize, throughout the game that you were putting up those kind of numbers, 9 touchdowns, 8 for 8 on extra points, and what was that like? Did you realize you were putting up those big numbers on Friday?
I didn't realize. I just 9 or 1 touchdown. As long as we win and keep going, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. Take us back to Friday night. Were there calls that came in from the bench or from Coach May, where you kind of lit up thinking, hey, I may be able to get in the end zone here? Do you have a favorite play or something? You don't have to tell me what it is, but do you have plays that you really kind of your eyes light up when they come in when they're called?
Yeah.
Did you get a few opportunities on Friday to run those plays?
Some of them.
Tell us a little bit about what your other roles and responsibility on the team. Coach talked about the kicking, the place kicking, the punting, the kicking off. You had I think maybe a tough defensive assignment as well.
Yeah, I just try to be the best leader I can and make sure the younger kids know what's going on so they can hopefully keep the winning tradition going till I graduate.
Yeah. Now you're a senior. What plans, if any, have you made for next year?
I plan to go play college football, but I don't know where at yet though.
All right. Do you have any particular interest as far as what you're going to study at the next level?
I'm gonna try to become a traveling physical therapist.
Oh, outstanding. Is there maybe some background there? I mean, were you injured and had to go through that, or do you have family that's in that field?
No, I'm always injured, so like I'm always in there, so I already know everything about it. And then our physical therapist, he's like my best friend, and also I just stay around sports, so I'll be around something I love every day.
Very, very good. Now, with this week here coming up, you've got Valley Catholic. What's preparation been like this week? What do you do to kind of get mentally and physically prepared for this district championship game?
It's just gonna be a dogfight. Whoever comes out harder is gonna get it.
Yeah. And with this segment, I am a mandated reporter, so I have to ask this question: do you wear your seatbelt?
Always. I got in a car wreck.
Okay.
That changed it.
Yep. Very good. Well, congratulations on that. This has been something ongoing here, our Be Safe, Be Smart, Be Here Tomorrow campaign that we started about 10 years ago. So I always have to ask the question, but it's good to hear that you wear your seatbelt all the time.
Yes, sir.
And Mark, again, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And Coach May, what are you doing between now and then? How's preparation been as you prepare to take on a Valley Catholic?
Well, I mean, Valley Catholic, they're one of the blue bloods in the state. They have 15, 17, whatever it is, state championships to their name. They're always really, really good. And we know we have a big challenge ahead of us. They're a really physical team. They're really good up front on both sides of the ball. The quarterback's an excellent player. And, we're going to have to stay on task, and we're probably not going to have the explosive plays like we've had. We're going to have to be able to chew up some ground. I told the kids we're going to have to fight for every inch, and they're going to fight every inch of it with us. And so we want to make it an 8-round fight and be there in the 8th round and still have a chance to throw some punches. And if we can do that, we like our chances.
Very good. Well, as always, Coach May, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time today. I know it's a school day, and you got preparation here for the district championship, but best of luck as you go forward, and hopefully you come out on top, and we'll get you on the scoreboard show on Friday night.
Hey, I really appreciate it, and thank you for the honor. That's pretty awesome.
You bet. You bet. You're watching and listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Continuing on in Class 1 district championships, we mentioned Scott City is at Valley Catholic. Live for Life is at Jefferson Festus. Warsaw is at Father Tolton. Stratford is at Fairgrove in a rematch and a rivalry game that Fairgrove won fairly easily. Adrian is at Lamar. Adrian undefeated on the season. St. Michael the Archangel is at Lafayette County. Bowling Green is at South Shelby, and Mid Buchanan is at East Buchanan. Also a rematch of a game earlier this week. Central Bank of the Ozarks brings you our Class 3 district football schedule. In your Class 3 district championship games underway tonight will be St. Genevieve will be at Central Park Hills. St. Clair will be at St. Francis Borgia. Westminster Christian will be at Orchard Farm. Moberly is at Blair Oaks. Blair Oaks, the defending Class 3 champion. Mount Grove is at Ava. Mount Vernon is at Seneca, both members of the Big 8 Conference, but they didn't play each other this year. California is at Odessa, and St. Pius X is at Maryville. Moving on to our Class 4 district championship football schedule for tonight, presented by Lyona. Labor's Local 663, Feel the Power. Lyona building Missouri and reminding us to drive safely in work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Class 4 district championships tonight. Festus will be at Hillsboro. Pacific will be at Sullivan. Clayton will be at Lutheran North. Hannibal will be at Warrenton. Jefferson City will be at Pleasant Hill. McDonald County will be at Bolivar. Carl Junction is at Nevada. And Kearney is at Smithville. Your Class 5 district football championships presented by Great Southern Bank. Great Southern Bank with more than 100 locations in 6 states. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC. Cape Central will be at Farmington. Eureka will be at Rockwood Summit. MICDS will be at Cardinal Ritter. Cardinal Ritter last week won 82-0 in their district semifinal matchup. Fort Zumwalt North will be at St. Dominic. Capital City will be at Helias Catholic. Republic will be at Lebanon. Carthage is at Webb City in a rematch of a game earlier this year that Carthage won. Platte County will be at Grain Valley. Doak Propane and the Bank of Billings bring you your Class 6 district football championship schedule for tonight. It'll be Jackson will be at Seckman. Francis Howell will be at CBC. St. Lucie University High School will be at DeSmet. Troy Buchanan will be at Rockbridge. Joplin will be at Nixa. Rockhurst is at Lee Summit North. Liberty is at Liberty North. And Park Hill will be at Oak Park. Going back to Liberty North, we had a chance to catch up with our Chevrolet Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, Keelan Smith, who's on his way to Nebraska and had 7 receptions for 220 yards and 3 touchdowns this past week. So we got to catch up with him and head coach Andy Learman here on the Missouri Sports Network.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings, established in 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. Also presented by Doak Propane, Lyona Labor's Local 663, and Great Southern Bank. Well, it's time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. We go up to Liberty North High School and head football coach Andy Learman. Coach Learman, thanks so much for your time today.
Absolutely, Guy. Great to visit with you again.
Coach, you've had a great season. It's not over yet. You've still got games in front of you, but just kind of put a bow on this season up to this point and talk a little bit about the Class 6 state tournament.
Yeah, so we had a great season. We came out of the gates against Lee Summit North and battled pretty good there with a bunch of veteran kids and some brand new guys playing for the first time. And it was a good ball game, lost by 7 points, and learned a lot from that one. And then from there on, we just kind of went through the schedule. I mean, we've had a few hiccups, as like people like to see, as far as just having some games we've had to battle a little bit, which has been fine. We tested with some adversity. We had a great one of our best games against Rockhurst week 3. And got after those guys pretty good and played well. And I think since then, Rockhurst has started playing very, very well and doing some great things. And so anticipate an opportunity maybe to play them down the road if that comes about. But went through the conference schedule, and our guys just kind of week by week just prepared and got ready and came out and did what we asked them to do and executed. And our veteran guys continue to do the things that we've asked them to do. They've played a lot of football around here, and our younger guys that have kind of stepped into some roles for us this year have really stepped up and matured over the course of the year. And so I've been really pleased with how we progressed through the year. I feel like we're kind of getting to the point where we're really kind of peaking a little bit. We started off pretty slow last week against Blue Springs. Made some uncharacteristic mistakes, and then at the same time, Blue Springs played well, and so not taking anything away from how they played in the game at all. And we had to come out and make some adjustments, which is what we need to do. And our guys, again, the maturity showed, and they really kind of came out and did a good job. And so overall season was great. We're the Suburban Gold Conference champs again for the 3rd year in a row, and getting ready to play in the district championship tomorrow night.
Hey, you take on a Liberty team that obviously you're familiar with. Tell us a little bit about. They're 7-3 coming into this game, so they're not a slouch. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Liberty.
Yeah, so we saw them week 2, and they're starting a bunch of young guys. Week 2, several sophomores and juniors in that group, and they've got a very, very talented group of kids in those classes. And it was one of their first games, and we came out after a loss to Lee Summit North, and we're focused and ready to play. And so we played pretty well against them week 2, and so we know they've grown and gotten better, and we feel the same way. They play really, really hard. Coach Freegon's done a good job of getting those guys playing hard and getting them ready to go. And they're going to blitz quite a bit and bring some pressure defensively, and they're going to line up and run the football. They've got a very talented running back and offensive line, and then they've got a dual threat quarterback that can run it and throw it, and some receivers out there to do the same thing. And so they present a complex set of problems that we're going to have to solve on Friday night defensively, and then offensively, we're going to just have to go out and execute and understand where the pressure's coming from and be able to get the ball where it needs to go. And so we're expecting a heck of a ball game. Anytime you get 2 Crosstown rivals playing each other, and especially in a district championship game, we're going to have to come out and play well. And as everybody knows, it's always tough to beat that team the second time. We're definitely not overlooking them, and we're focused on what the task is at hand.
Got a young man sitting there beside you, and Keelan Smith. Tell us a little bit about this gentleman who's really showed up every night for you all season long.
Yeah, Keelan's an incredible young man. Everybody talks about his football, but as a person, he's just been a great leader for our team. He's a great leader in our school community, and just couldn't be more proud of who Keelan is as a person. But as we're talking about football here, yeah, he's a kid that showed up each and every week. He is a steady Eddie, and not only is a steady Eddie, he is a absolute playmaker. And I knew that his sophomore year coming in. He wasn't a starter his sophomore year. He kind of rotated in, but you could tell that he had some flashes of something special coming. And I just wanted to give him some opportunities his junior year, and he kind of started to flourish. And then I knew this offseason when he started working with our junior quarterback and doing some things with him and getting the receivers together and really showing some leadership in that group, that this young man was getting ready to have a heck of a year.
Keelan, thanks so much for being part of the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Keelan, tell us first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, I want to say congratulations for being named an athlete of the week.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It's a great honor.
Yeah. Keelan, tell us a little bit about your roles and responsibilities on the team, and how have they changed since your sophomore year. What do you feel like your role is on the team right now?
I feel like just the bringing in. Just bringing what I know to the table, helping our young guys out, just being a leader. I know I've learned from some great receivers throughout my years being here, and I just take on that role. Just doing what I can, just communicating, watching film with my team, listening to my coaches, learned a lot throughout the years.
And, going back to Friday night against Blue Springs, 7 receptions, 220 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell us a little bit from your, point of view. Tell us a little bit about that ball game.
It was definitely a team effort. like Coach said, we all, it wasn't just the defensive side. It was both offense and defense started off pretty slow. But, it just took one play for us to, just get that momentum change. And then after that, we all just did what we had to do. I statistically I had a good game, but I would be nothing without the O-line and my quarterback giving me the ball and the coaches with the game plan. So
as you're in the huddle, or maybe you don't huddle up, but when the play comes in, are there certain plays that maybe you're lobbying for? Hey, coach, let's run this. Do your eyes light up when you see that play signaled in? And you don't have to tell me what it is, but
yeah.
Are there plays that make you feel like, okay, I've got an opportunity here?
I feel like that's all of us. We all tell coach what we see on the field, and we just want to get plays that are going to allow our team to score, allow our get our defense out there, do what they do. There's a lot of plays that every play that I hear from the coaches or whatever I see, I know I'm going to just go do what I do, just go make my impact, and then just trust my team that they're going to help me do the same.
Again, visiting with Liberty North head football coach Andy Learman and our Chevrolet Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, Keelan Smith. And Keelan, tell us a little bit about what you do on a game day. I mean, this is going to air on Friday, this interview. What are you doing on a Friday to kind of get mentally and physically prepared for a game?
Well, I mean, first things first, you got to go through the school day. That's something we get to do to play football. So, I'm just getting all my assignments done, focusing on school because that's the most important thing at that moment. When school's over, dialed in, listening to some music, chatting over with my teammates, just talking about the game. I'll go through team meal, go through meetings. I'll take a nap. When I wake up from my nap, that's when I know I gotta, really start locking in even more. Not much talking from a lot of people in the locker room, and we're just locked and dialed in. Go through warm ups. Go run out that tunnel. And then, that's when it hits me like, all right, it's game time. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is for me. It's pretty consistent no matter where, for home or away.
Hey, Caitlin, tell us a little bit about, you've made your decision with regards to next year, I believe, what you're going to be doing next year. Tell us a little bit about that decision and what went into that decision.
Yeah, I'm going to be attending the University of Nebraska for football and, educational. It was a very interesting journey for me. I had some other options, but I feel Nebraska was just the right place for me. Just not even just because my dad went there, just because it was just the right thing for me. I believe in Coach Rule and what they have, the plan they have set up and for their future. So I just feel like I can come contribute and just come do what I'm born to do. Just go play football. And yeah.
Have you thought about maybe a particular area of study? Is there anything you mentioned your studies and how important they are to you? Are you looking at maybe a particular area of studying at Nebraska?
Well, I'm going in majoring in sports communication business. I'm sure that'll change. It definitely could. So I'm going in there open-minded, just trying to, find what I really want to do outside of football.
So you may be on the other side of this mic at some point in your future.
I absolutely could, absolutely.
Well, and one last question, because I am a mandated reporter. Do you wear your seatbelt?
Of course. You got to. I always make sure my teammates, whenever I'm driving my teammates around, that's the first thing we're doing. That's just how my mom raised me. We don't leave anywhere until you have that seatbelt on. So.
All right. Well, hey, give your mom a high five when you get home. I appreciate it. And again, congratulations on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks, Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Thank you so much.
Coach, what are you doing to get prepared for your game here with Liberty on this district championship?
Yeah, I mean, we're just continuing to prep. I mean, I'm a guy that we're going to keep turning over every stone we can until kickoff at 7:00. We're very blessed with some kids that really pay attention and listen, and they're football smart, and we can make adjustments as much as we need to throughout the way. And so we're just going to continue. We're going to get ready for a little what we call sparkle practice on a Thursday to shine things up and make sure they're ready to go for Friday. And then tomorrow we're just gonna be locked in, ready to go. Like Keelan said, we're gonna come to school because that's what we do. When we kind of come to school, we're gonna do a good job in the classroom, and then when that bell rings at 3:15, it's gonna be go time. And so we'll get ready to rock and roll. And we're excited about the opportunity to go out and play those guys on Friday night. And we just have, like you and I have talked before, Guy. I mean, we've got something pretty special here at Liberty North, and we just feel like we're very fortunate, not only with our school community, but the community in Liberty in general. There'll be a couple thousand people here tomorrow night at a football game to watch these guys play and to watch the band and the cheerleaders and everybody that gets supported around here. And so we're just fortunate we're in a position to help make that happen, and we fully look forward to having a good game Friday night.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, as always, I greatly appreciate you being generous with your time and your student athletes. And, anytime you can come on the show, you've always accommodated. And I just wanted to say thank you so much for that.
You bet. You do a great job of covering sports all around Missouri. And I know coaches around the area definitely appreciate it.
You bet. You bet. Congratulations, Keelan, and good luck on Friday night.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. You're watching and listening to the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where, as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job, so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Get a $500 cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cybercash. Visit ChevyCybercash.com today.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you've tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. You're watching and listening to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Certainly glad that you're alongside. Hey, be sure to follow us on Twitter. At Scoreboard Guy or at Missouri_sports. Go to our Facebook page, Missouri Sports Network, and like us on Facebook, and you'll see more than the 1,000 interviews that we've done already in the past 2 years. We're already over 14 million hits here at the Missouri Sports Network, and we certainly appreciate everyone being a part of it. We're covering schools from around the state, the high school and the collegiate level. We'll mix in a little pro stuff every now and then with Huddle Up on Thursday mornings, but have missed a couple of these, of the Huddle Ups. We'll get back into swing of things for sure. Coming up tonight at 9:30 will be the high school football scoreboard show, Friday Night Live here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, and Twitter and Facebook and YouTube live. And you can go to our chat box, a chat box on our page while we're on live, and you can send us notes and talk to us, and we will visit with you. And it brings us now to our Liona Laborers Local 663 Team of the Week, and we go to Advance High School, back-to-back volleyball championships, state championships from Advance. We got to catch up with head coach Erin Hoffman and 4 of her seniors, and we'll play that for you now. Welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you're tuned in today. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Welcome to our Liona Laborers Local 663 Team of the Week. segment of our show here on High School Game Day. We go north to Advance High School, home of the Lady Hornets, also home to the Class 1 state champion volleyball team, and head coach Aaron Hoffman alongside. Coach Hoffman, thanks so much for being part of this today.
Thank you.
Coach, 35, 3-3 on the season. Kind of put a bow on the season, and was this an expectation coming in to get to this point?
Actually, it kind of was, because we won it last year, and we didn't have any seniors or anything. So I think a lot of people expected us to win again this year, although we didn't really. We don't ever expect anything, but yeah, I think it was kind of expected.
At what point during the season did you feel like, hey, this is, and it may have been game one, but did you feel like, hey, this team that can kind of make a run? We're doing this really well right now, and maybe it's experience, or at what point during the season you kind of feel like, hey, we've got another opportunity here?
That's a tough call, because once I would see some like, wow, this is really working out. Then we play a really bad game, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, maybe not. And then they'd start, doing stuff good again, and then. But I knew once postseason started, they're a good tournament team. So they usually play really well in tournaments.
And again, we're visiting with Advance head volleyball coach Aaron Hoffman. Coach Hoffman, just a little bit about your background. How long have you been there as a coach? Where'd you go to high school and college, and what led you to Advance? I'm
from Iowa, and I came down here. I played volleyball for Southeast Missouri State, and then I started coaching immediately. So I've been coaching for 27 years, but I've been at Advance for 9.
Very good. Where did you previously coach?
I was at Meadow Heights, Bell City, Scott City, Bernie, and now Advance. Very
good. Well, you've got from your standpoint, kind of take us through the state tournament. You had St. Vincent, then Bell City, Galena, and South Iron. Kind of run us through those games or matches, I guess I should say.
Well, the St. Vincent and like the sectionals, district sectionals and quarterfinals. Once you get to that point, most teams are good, so it can go either way. So you just hope that your team is super competitive and ready to play each night.
Did you feel like your team was pretty competitive?
I think so. Like I said, they like the big games. They're a good tournament team.
Very good. We've got 4 seniors alongside, and we'll start over to your far, I guess that'd be your far right, Meg Gardner. Yes. Meg, thank you for being part of the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Tell us a little bit about what position you play and what your roles and responsibilities on the team are.
Well, I mostly play back row, so I'm a defensive specialist. So I just play defense and make sure that we get a good pass so we can set the ball up and run our plays and everything.
What are you paying particular attention to when the ball is on the other side of the net? Or what are you looking for? Are you looking for where their strikers are? What's kind of going through your mind?
I just watch the ball and try to guess where they're going to set it, and then try to see where the hitter's going to hit the ball. And so I just pay attention.
No, everybody's got to pay attention. Take us through those matches with Galena and South Iron there. What was that experience like, and that you didn't give up a set in either one of those matches?
It was really cool to not give up a set that far in season, and I don't know. Yeah. But yeah.
All right. Well, on behalf of Leona Labor's Local 663, congratulations for being part of the Team of the Week.
Thank you.
And Meg, before I let you go, you're a senior. What plans, if any, do you have for next year?
After I graduate, I plan to go to Murray and just get a degree in biology and become a vet.
Oh, very nice. Is there background? Do you have family in that profession?
My pop has cows, and we just had a bunch of animals when I was growing up, so I just want to keep doing that.
All right. Well, Meg, thank you so much for being part of the show today.
Thank you.
And next to her is Kayla Klein. And Kayla, tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are on the team.
I was a right side. I only played front row, and then I would serve. But when I would go in, I would just mainly try to be smart with my hitting, not necessarily hit it straight down every time, but like just kind of get the other team out of system. And then, we still played defense in the front row, not all the time, but I definitely tried. I will say that. And I don't know. It's just fun to be able to hit mainly when you're not strong in defense. So it was just fun to do that.
So when that final point versus South Iron, hits the floor or whatever, when you're awarded that point, you're state champion, what's going through your mind?
Oh my God, I can't believe we just did that again. That's kind of what I thought. And I was just, I knew from as soon as we stepped on the court to play South Iron, like just how our attitudes were, I was just like, well, here we go. And I was just very, very excited. And then no, we weren't letting up at all. Even if we did make a mistake, we just kind of, I wouldn't say brushed it off, but we just were like, well, we'll get it back. It's okay. And then it was just very overwhelming when we won.
Who was the first person you hugged? Who was the first person that you got to?
Well, first we all just kind of dogpiled on each other and hugged each other. But it was Abby. It was Abby. I fell into her arms and we both just started crying.
Yeah,
so.
It was emotional for sure.
If you could go back, to your 8th grade year, to that Kayla Klein who was an 8th grader, and give her some advice based on what you know right now, you've got back-to-back state titles. If you could go back and give your younger 13, 14-year-old self some advice, what would it be?
That it wasn't going to be easy, but we were all gonna, because when we were in junior high, we weren't the best, I will say that. We didn't really, just like as a team aspect, we didn't really get along very well. And I would just tell myself that we would definitely overcome that throughout the years, and we would come together very well.
Kayla, you're senior as well. What do you have planned for next year?
I'm actually undecided right now. I don't really know where I'm going to go to school at, but I know that I want to go into pediatric nursing. But that's about all I know right now.
All right. Well, Kayla, again, congratulations on being part of the Iona Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week.
Thank you.
And next is Lexi Hoffman. Lexi, tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are on the team.
I was a setter in the back row, and I hit middle in the front row.
Okay, so let's say the ball's on your side of the net. What are you paying particular attention to?
Whenever I was setting, I was paying attention to the passer and where I needed to be to get the ball, and who was in the front row. Whenever I was a hitter, I pretty much just focused on hitting the ball.
What was it like when that last point was scored and the ball hit the floor? What was going through your mind?
Pretty much just tears. I was just crying a lot.
I think they started crying about.
I started crying
5 points early.
Yeah.
So
coming into this season, when you looked at your schedule, were there matches or teams? You have rivalry matches. Were there teams you were really looking forward to playing this year when you saw your schedule come out?
Well, our schedule wasn't very competitive, so I was mostly looking forward to the tournaments because I knew we would play bigger, more competitive teams.
So that's going back to that Jackson tournament. Yeah. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. What do you think you learned from that, playing an Encarta Word Academy who won the state title, and then you had a Jackson team in that tournament as well? What did you learn about yourselves?
Well, it was rough the rest of the season because we were playing such not competitive teams. But then whenever we played them, we realized that we can compete with them because we did hang with Incarnate Word. So I know that we would be successful against the less competitive teams if we were hanging with them.
And being a senior, do you have plans, if any, for next year?
Well, I'm going to play volleyball in college. I'm undecided right now, and I'm going to major in occupational therapy.
Very good. Now, is there a background there in your family? Do you have someone in that field?
Nope.
So what led to that?
Well, I just like helping people and teaching people, but I couldn't be a teacher.
Okay, very good. Well, Lexi, congratulations on being part of the Team of the Week. It's been sponsored by Liona Labor's Local 663.
Thank you.
Now we have Abby Kennedy. Abby, good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am good. Tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are.
Well, up until this year, my whole volleyball career, I've been a middle. And Coach decided this year that she's going to throw me on right side. And that was very fitting for me, which I was a little rocky about during summer ball. I wasn't sure if I was going to like it, but that was feels like the best decision that she made for me as a player, because I feel like I was pretty successful on right side.
What were maybe some of the biggest challenges when you first made that move? What was something that was a big challenge for you to get used to?
It's definitely a huge adjustment because I'm a right-handed hitter, and typically right sides, it's a lot easier for left hand, I feel like, because just the angle you have to go in. So adjusting to that from middle is a lot different.
Were there matches coming into the season that you were looking forward to?
Pretty much what Lexi said, the tournaments, because I love playing the big schools, seeing if we can hang with them. We usually play better when we think we're going to lose. And so that's a lot of fun.
How often did that happen this year?
What?
Where you felt like you thought you were going to lose?
Usually just the tournaments, playing the huge schools, Incarnate Word and Jackson, just the really competitive teams.
So you win the state championship. You get back to the locker room. You grab your phone. Who's the first person that texts you congratulations?
I actually don't think I got on my phone until we got to Olive Garden, because I was just bawling and I wanted to be so involved with my team. I didn't really care about anyone on my phone. I could not answer to that question. I just wanted to be with my team and just thrive with them for a little bit.
You're too busy dancing.
Then you pick out, and I'm going to start with you, Abby, and I'll go back and ask each one of the athletes the same thing.
Okay.
Can you point back to, in your high school career, a favorite moment, or maybe two moments, and it may be the two state championships, but or maybe it may have been an early morning practice where something amusing happened or anything like that. What are some things that you can point back to that you're not going to forget?
Oh, well, for sure, the two state championships, there is nothing more that just gets your adrenaline going than that last point. And the bond that you have with your team after that ball drops and you guys all go to the middle and just cry together, that is just an unforgettable moment. And I just feel very bonded.
I'll go back.
I think they're all about to start crying. No, we're laughing.
All right. Lexi, do you have a favorite moment? And they may all be the same.
Well, my favorite moment is a funny moment. We were playing a team less on the skillful side. It was probably 25-5-ish. It was 24-5. And a freshman went back to serve, and I really wanted to get back into the front row. And I was almost there, so I was like, miss your serve. And I was just joking, obviously. I didn't think she was going to do it. And she went up to serve and served it like, you know how you like warm up and like just hit the ball down? She literally set me 5 feet in front of her. And it was the most embarrassing thing I've ever encountered. And I still didn't get to the front row, so I don't know why I did it.
Okay. All right, Kayla, do you have a moment or two?
I think some of my favorite moments are when the day of quarterfinals. The mornings we wake up early and we practice together, and then after we go to our assistant coach's house, and her husband cooks us this big breakfast, like of everything you could think of, and we all go with our district champ shirts on and our PJs, and we eat as much food as we can, and then we would run up to their daughter played with us like our freshman and sophomore year, but then she graduated. Well, we always run up to her room and we always just lay in her bed and like
break it.
And we broke her bed. We broke her bed. Like the wood underneath it snapped. And we were like, we didn't know what to do. So we shoved laundry baskets underneath it to set it up. And we were like, they'll never know. So we went to her older sister's room, and we're all on there. And we stood up on it to take a picture, and the bed fell on the floor, and we broke her bed too. And we just we were done. We sprinted downstairs and we all left. We were like, we don't know what to do. And yeah, that was probably my favorite moment.
Okay. All right. Meg, anything stand out to you that you're not going to forget?
Probably winning the state championships and breaking the beds. Those are probably the two memories I'll always remember. Yeah.
Well, outstanding. All right. And this is for any of you that want to answer. Is there one match that you played in your high school career that you'd like to go back and play again, just because maybe it got away from you, or maybe it was just an exciting moment? Is there one? Can you think of one matchup, in your high school career that you would really like to go back and play again? And any of you can answer this. Maybe it's a match you lost, or maybe it's outside of the state championships. What would you like to go back?
Our sophomore year, we only had like 6 people on the team, 1 senior, us, and then 1 freshman. And we played Jackson here. And I remember we went, we were hand in hand with them.
We won the first set.
Yeah, won the first set, and then we were so close the second set. And it was just awesome because that was the year after we lost all the 7 seniors, the first champion or the few championships that we won. And no one thought they thought we were going to be really bad. And we were really close to Jackson. I thought that was a really fun game. I'll always remember that game.
October 7th, 2021.
Oh. Okay.
Got it.
Sounds good.
Noted.
Don't forget that. Well, ladies, again, and Coach, I greatly appreciate you being generous here with your time here on the Missouri Sports Network. And again, congratulations for being part of the Lyouna Labor's Local 663 Team of the Week.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank you.
All right. You guys have a great day and a great future. God bless. Have a great day.
Thank you.
You too.
Hey, welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network here on High School Game Day. Guy Newcomb, certainly appreciate the folks that have participated this week with our Chevy Leaders of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week and our Lyouna Labor's Local 663 Teams of the Week. Be sure to keep it right here at the Missouri Sports Network at 9:30. We'll come up with our Friday Night Live, a high school football scoreboard show. We'll interview coaches from around the state. Hey, keep it right here. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow.